Hello everyone. Today I want to show a beautiful game played in 1889 between Emanuel Lasker and Johann Bauer. This game features a very famous sacrificing combination which Lasker found, and it has been employed in many games. Let's check out the game. Lasker starts with f4, we have d5, e3 and knight f6. The bird's opening, b3 and e6, bishop b2 and bishop e7. Bishop to d3, b6, knight f3 and bishop b7. All standard developing moves. Knight c3 and knight bd7. White castles and black castles. And knight e2 here, just clearing the path of the bishop on b2, and the knight will be remaneuvered towards the king side. c5, gaining space in the center, and knight g3. Queen c7 and knight e5. Black takes once and bishop takes, and the queen goes to c6. Queen e2, connecting rooks, and possibly ideas of bishop b5. a6. We see that black's play is slightly passive, and Lasker goes for it. He plays knight h5. And here, this is in fact actually a bait. It's important to play d4 here to open the queen's attack towards the white king. Let's say bishop into f6, and queen g4. Play would continue. There could be, let's say, king h8 and rook f3 even. White would have a strong initiative, but it's not completely immediately lost. However, after knight h5, knight into h5 was played. Can you spot the combination which Lasker found? Perhaps you can pause the video here. It's bishop into h7. So we've seen the Greek gift sacrifice once before. On this channel, I showed a game in which Capablanca played that. This is similar, but slightly different. There is no knight g5 in this variation. And of course, it's important not to just capture the knight immediately, because then f5 and there's nothing. So bishop into h7 is the key move. King into h7, and now queen into h5 check, because it comes with check. King g8. And here's the move you had to actually find. Bishop into g7. Really praiseworthy stuff. Queen h8 is checkmate. That's a threat. So you have to capture. King into g7. Queen g4 check. It's important to play this to push the king on the h file, so the king can't run away. If king f6, then queen g5 is checkmate. So king h7 is forced, and now rook f3. And we see a lot more checkmate is threatened. e5, clearing the way for the queen to come to the defense. Rook h3, queen h6. Well, you give up the queen to survive. You already have two bishops, so maybe that could be okay. But rook into h6, king into h6. And here is the important point. We can see that on the 7th rank there are two bishops which are both hanging, and that's why it's okay to give up so much material for the queen. You have queen d7. One of the bishops will be lost. Bishop f6, queen into b7, king g7, rook f1. The other rook will come into the play. Rook a b8, queen d7, rook f d8, queen g4 check, king f8, f takes e5, and bishop g7, e6 now, busting open the position. Rook b7 and queen g6. The pawn is pinned, so why not? f6, rook into f6 even. Bishop f6, queen f6. Of course, you have to defend the rook on d8, king e8, but queen h8 check. King to e7, queen g7 check. So it's a masterclass which Emanuel Lasker shows us how to win a winning game. king into e6 and queen into b7. Rook t6, defending the pawn. Queen into a6, grabbing that material. d4, ed4, cd4, and h4. Just starting to push pawns, which are passed pawns, so you might as well push them. d3, and simply queen into d3, not even caring about giving up the queen for the rook because the endgame is clearly winning. At this point, black resigned. A wonderful piece of calculation by Emanuel Lasker and a wonderful victory for him. This is known as the Lasker's double bishop sacrifice. If you just go back and look at it one more time, you have bishop into h7, king into h7, queen into h5, king g8, and bishop into g7. Beautiful stuff. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you soon for the next game.